DETV News is powered by DART, Delaware's transit service. Moving forward.
Tonight, ships coming into the Wilmington port have nearly doubled since the Baltimore bridge accident. Plus, Smyrna property owners will see their tax bills nearly double. And one Wilmington daycare gets $1 million boost. Those stories and much more coming up tonight on DETV News. Good evening and welcome to DETV News. I'm Matt Ford. Thanks so much for joining us tonight. Making headlines today, the Port of Wilmington is already seeing nearly double the expected number of ships since the collapse of the Key Bridge in Baltimore last week. The Wilmington port is the likely destination for many ships previously bound for Baltimore, one of the busiest ports in the North Atlantic seas. The Port of Wilmington already handles auto and forestry products, so it's in those areas where the port has seen increased traffic. Increases in truck or train traffic from the port will likely be incremental, according to authorities, until the full impacts of the disaster are known. And in other news, Smyrna homeowners will soon be paying more in property taxes. The property tax rate will increase from 47 cents per $100 to 94 cents, a near double increase necessary to close the deficit. A vote was taken on Monday at the Smyrna Town Council meeting, during which members noted that taxes had not been raised in several years. The town is building a new water tower and is expanding its police force. Growth has continued at a steady pace in the town, and 1,500 to 2,000 new homes are expected to be built in the coming months. And in other news, a 56-year-old Newcastle County man has been charged with multiple counts of rape. Andrew Manny Williams of Oakmont was alleged to have committed a rape in his home. Further investigation linked him with additional cases involving multiple victims in the area. An affidavit revealed Williams used drugs and aggressive behavior to force them to commit sexual acts. Authorities say Williams enticed his victims with drugs before forcing himself on them. He has been charged with several counts of felony rape, unlawful sexual conduct, and a number of other charges. Police are working to determine if Williams is connected to any unsolved sexual attacks. Anyone with information in this case is urged to call police at 302-395-8016. And Newcastle police are investigating reports of vehicle brake lines that have been cut over the weekend in a development north of Middletown. This is the second report this year of brake lines being cut in the area, according to Senior Corporal Richard Chambers, who is a police spokesman. Chambers said the crime was an isolated incident which police are investigating thoroughly. County police were dispatched to the 100 block of Bakersfield Drive for a report of two vehicles having their lines cut sometime in the overnight hours. Chambers said if you discover your brake lines have been cut, not to attempt to drive your car and to call police immediately. Cut brake lines will result in a loss of pressure, and the brake pedal will immediately go to the floor, according to Chambers. He continues, saying that you'll immediately know something is wrong. If anyone has any information about these incidents, police ask that you call them at 302-578-2800. You can also submit a tip via the police website seen there on your screen. And two Elkton, Maryland residents find themselves in custody today with connection of a string of parcel thefts in Newcastle County dating back to the beginning of this year. The alleged thieves, 34-year-old Kevin Grove and 31-year-old Kimberly King, were caught after a late-night encounter with law enforcement at Delaware Park Casino on Sunday. Attempting to evade capture, the pair were eventually tracked down with the assistance of a canine unit. Authorities suspect the pair of involvement of up to 18 separate incidences of package theft. According to police, a patrol officer observed a suspicious vehicle, trailed it to the casino parking lot, and then witnessed the pair of suspects entering the premises. While the officer conducted a routine registration check, security personnel at Delaware Park alerted them to the suspect's hasty exit from another door. Grove was held on a bond totaling $49,300. Charges against him include 8 felony counts of theft, 7 counts of conspiracy, among other charges. Meanwhile, King secured release after posting the same amount of bond. Her charges mirror those of Groves. And down to Dover now, where police are asking for public assistance in investigating the attack of a man by a large group of people at the Cosmic Smoke vape shop over the weekend. Police said they were called to the scene just before 8 o'clock at night on Saturday and found a 33-year-old injured man who told them he was attacked by a group of about 15 to 20 people, ages from 10 to 19. Some in the group physically attacked the man and they demanded his belongings. The group took the man's key fob and apparently fled. The victim refused medical treatment, but information on the suspect is limited, we're told, and police are asking anyone with information to contact them at 302-736-7130. And heightened security measures are being implemented in Pike Creek Shopping Center following last summer's unauthorized car meet. You may remember this. Tire burnouts and frayed nerves prompted the installation of video surveillance trailers equipped with a cluster of cameras that are dubbed lot cops by Delaware State Police. These trailers are strategically placed at both ends of the parking lot, and they aim to deter not only unsanctioned car gatherings, but also various other illicit activities. While privately installed, law enforcement emphasizes that their role in crime prevention and resolution plays a big part. And a group of local Asian Americans are backing a new bill that calls for the creation of a state commission on Asian and Pacific Islander heritage and culture. The bill sailed through committee last week without opposition and now goes to the General Assembly. A 9-member commission would be created to promote the welfare and interests of Delawareans of Asian descent. The commission would also foster ties between communities and make recommendations to lawmakers and the governor. The group Make Us Visible was launched in September of 2023 with the goal of bringing together the Asian and Pacific Islander communities. Newcastle County has an Asian population slightly higher than the national at 6.3%. That has increased from 44% from 2010 to 2021, according to recent census data. The bill now heads to the House floor in Dover. And Delaware lawmakers have sent a bill to Governor John Carney that would greatly expand access to medical marijuana here in the first state. House Bill 285 was passed out of the Senate late last week after receiving bipartisan support in the House in January. The law would empower doctors to decide who benefits from using medical marijuana and eliminate the need for anyone over age 65 to see a doctor for medical marijuana certification. The expansion comes 1 year after Delaware legalized adult recreational marijuana use and created a legal cannabis industry here in the first state. To Kent County, where a new ambulance provider is poised to assume control in Dover. For years, the city has relied on St. Francis ambulances to navigate emergencies. However, this route hit a snag when the contract was abruptly terminated. The cost of St. Francis ambulances to the city amounted to about $100,000 annually. Yet, when the provider indicated a need for $1 million upgrade to sustain services, Dover found itself at a crossroads. Dover's emergency management put it out to bid, and that contract was awarded to the company called Ambulance of Dogco. They were able to do this for $600,000 per year versus everyone else, which was apparently more around the $1.2 million mark. Nevertheless, City Council faces significant budget deliberations to accommodate ambulance, as they are set to take over EMS operations in Dover starting July 1. And St. Michael's School and Nursery in Wilmington's East Side received a huge boost on Monday when Congresswoman Lisa Blunt Rochester announced $1 million in federal funding will be awarded to the school. Representative Blunt Rochester visited the school on Monday with the news the investment will help increase access to affordable daycare and increase St. Michael's capacity. Funds will help complete a construction project that's underway and badly needed renovations at the school. That's according to Executive Director Lucinda Ross. Back in March, the federal delegation announced $154 million in community project funding would be available for Delaware. And before we leave you tonight, the 2024-2025 Delaware Theater Company season has just been announced. Get a load of this. The season includes Kinky Boots, Every Brilliant Thing, Home for the Holidays in the 302, Tuesdays with Maury, and Stompin' at the Savoy. Season subscriptions are now on sale. Tickets go on sale for individual shows on August 2nd. All the performances will, of course, be at the Delaware Theater Company at 200 Water Street down in the Wilmington riverfront. Sounds like a good time. And that's going to do it all for this edition of DETV News. Be sure to like and follow us across your favorite social media platforms. And for a look at what's happening all around the state of Delaware, head to our website. That's detvch.com. With tonight's news, I'm Matt Ford. We'll see you right back here again tomorrow. We don't talk about prostate cancer enough, and it's the most diagnosed form of cancer and the second most common cause of cancer death among Black men in both Delaware and the United States. Approximately 1 in 8 men will be diagnosed with prostate cancer in their lifetime, but just by asking your healthcare provider if you should get a screening could help you detect prostate cancer early and save your life. So let's talk about it. Talk to your healthcare provider today about a prostate cancer screening if you are 40 years of age or older, or have a family history of prostate cancer. If you don't have insurance, or if your insurance doesn't pay for cancer screenings, Screening for Life may provide you with the screenings that you need, and nurse navigators make this process easier. To learn more, visit healthydelaware.org/prostate or call 211. Ask your healthcare provider about a prostate cancer screening, and you're asking for so much more.